Hi everyone, this is Vikas and I am a Scaled Agile program consultant and have done multiple trainings around SAFe across different businesses. Now coming down to the roles, today's topic we are going to discuss more on the roles in Scaled Agile and are they really enhancing the agility or they are limiting the team's agility. So we'll be trying to address this particular aspect. Let's get down to the roles in the Scrum team. So as we are all aware, we have the roles like product owner, who is more of managing the product backlog and typically working with the business to look at the priorities of the items. Then we have the development team, which is kind of responsible to commit the items and ensure that they commit what they deliver what they commit. And then we have a role called a Scrum Master, who's actually facilitating the teams to deliver and stay productive throughout the sprints. Now, these are the three roles which we typically have in the world of Scrum. But look at a scenario. Now, let's amplify this and have multiple roles for multiple teams. So let's have multiple product owners. Let's have multiple Scrum Masters, multiple development teams. Now, the whole objective here is not to add more roles. Now, this Scaled Agile had been very, very careful to ensure that we don't add too many roles, because if they add too many roles on the framework, that again limits the team, that again limits the capability of the team in terms of the decision making and the empowerment, and that's going to really impact the self-organization of the teams. So Scaled Agile has been very, very careful about it. What they have done is they have ensured that these roles are getting scaled up. For example, I put a multi-team picture here, multi-team environment, and I'm looking at what kind of guidance the Scrum Master should get in terms of collaboration, coordination, and communication. Now, that guidance comes from a role called as Release Train Engineer. Now, RTE is a role like a Chief Scrum Master who is facilitating the ceremonies for multiple teams, at the same time coordinating with all the Scrum Masters, collaborating with all the Scrum Masters and stakeholders to ensure that multi-team events are happening and multi-teams deliver the value. Right? So that's more from the Scrum Master standpoint. Now, similarly, the product owner content development has been taken care in terms of guidance coming from product management. Now, a very, very important aspect here is that the question in terms of, are we delivering the right items? Are we delivering the value to the customer? Are we really delivering what customer wants? Right? Now, this has been enforced by close collaboration between product management and product owner. Right? So all the POs work very, very closely with the product management to really understand the upcoming work for the release and ensure that the stories are getting developed ahead of time and they are getting ready at the end of different time intervals for the value delivery. Then the third role that comes is the development team. Right? So development team are all the agile teams, and they are all working on the entire program progress. Now, they need to have further guidance in terms of the architecture standpoint, how the architecture needs to evolve. Because if every team touches the component of the product and they modify it the way they understand, it may impact the entire product architecture. Hence, there is a central guidance coming from system architect over here, which is giving the architecture level guidance to the teams of how the components talk to each other, giving them a bigger picture around the components, and ensuring that the teams are touching the right components to develop the stories in their sprints. Now, these are the roles which have been amplified at the program level. Right? Similarly, when we are running multiple programs, we have again scaled up these roles to the next level, which is called as solution level. Now, if we are dealing with multiple product management functions, they are still working with the solution management in the similar fashion to understand the expectations for the upcoming period, for the upcoming roadmap, and accordingly define their program backlogs. Similarly, we have the release train engineers who are getting guidance from the solution train engineers in terms of how the solution is getting developed, how we are collaborating, how we are coordinating, and how we are communicating across the teams. So solution train engineers work with the multiple release train engineers, and similarly we have solution architects who are giving the broader intent on the architecture standpoint in terms of the impact on the architecture and how the architecture needs to evolve. They are giving that guidance to the system architects. Now, this is how the roles have been scaled up without adding overheads to the teams. ensuring that the teams still remain empowered, the teams still remain self-organized, right? And ensuring that there is sufficient guidance coming to all the levels in terms of how the things need to be planned, collaborated, coordinated, and communicated across the multiple programs. So thank you for watching this video. For any further queries, please connect with StarAgile.